Hi everyone, welcome to this presentation. We are going to do a walkthrough of the basic features and functionality of EspressReport ES 7.0. So EspressReport ES is essentially a suite of tools that allows you to easily make enterprise web-based reporting, dashboards, and data visualization applications. So once you install the product, start the Tomcat and the server and open up the browser, you'll be at this login page. So the default login is admin, and username admin, and password is also admin. So let's just try to log in here. So you come to this welcome page, and on the left is the list of the tools that are available for you to design, build reports, charts, maps, and whatnot, and publish the finished product. So we'll do a quick introduction to each of these tools and try to give you an idea of how they work. But for details, there will be separate videos that walk through features in more details. So let's first take a look at the organizer. This is essentially the cornerstone of the product. It is mainly for the designer or developer and administrator. So mainly consists of the user interface, and on the back end is a database that is used as the repository. So on the left you'll see a file explorer type interface where you can look at the items stored in each folders. And you can open up items in the folder. So for example, we want to open up a report here. We just launched the report designer, and you can look at take a look at the preview of the report. EspressReport ES supports a wide range of data sources, and they are basically store information about these data sources are stored in a data registry. Here I have actually several data registries, and in each one of them you see the data sources that I made for the data registry. And you can see that I have some databases, XML files, text files, class files. These are actually Java classes, and Excel files. We also support SOAP inner services as well as JNDI. So here is actually a MySQL database. So let's take a look at what we need to input to set it up. So name of the database, the driver is actually the standard MySQL driver, and the URL, username, password, and so on. Test connection, and it is successful, so you are in business. And also we actually support all popular relational databases, including Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, IBM's DB2, Informix, also Postgres, Redshift, etc. Virtually everything on the market. We also support big data. Currently we support Hadoop, Spark, and MongoDB. Here actually we have a connection to MongoDB. Let's take a look at one of the queries here. So this is the query that access data from MongoDB. You can take a look at what the data looks like, and we can go ahead and make a chart. So let's look at column chart, and basically you are ready to customize it. Like for example, add the title. So this would be what the sales by country. X-axis is country and Y-axis is number of orders or something. So this is how easy it is to make a chart. Let's just close this and take a look at a simple report as well. So now let me go to database and make a report with this query. Notice that there are several report types that we can make. Simple columnar report, summary break, which is report with grouping, crosstab, which is like a pivot table. It's a pivot table. Master detail report. Typically you see this in a invoice type report where you have a master section and then details, and then you can also make mailing labels. So for this query, let's choose summary break. We'll choose all the columns and do an aggregation on quantity and do a row break on order ID. Let's go through this simple wizard. So you can add title, all the details, and you can also add a few other things like logo, page number maybe, and date. Let's put this on the right hand side. And you have several styles that you can choose from. These are just default styles and kind of like, you know, handy for you to use, and obviously you don't have to use them. You can customize all the look and feel yourself, but let's go ahead and pick one and see what it looks like. Do a preview. This is the report, and let's do some simple customization. Let me change this order ID to get rid of the 1000 separator. We bring up the attribute editor here. Get rid of the decimal and 1000 separator, and there will be no decimal point. Apply, and you see that the order ID has been changed to number without 1000 separator. And over here I want to actually change the unit price to include the $sign. Again, I bring up the attribute formatting editor here, the data format. So do something similar. Instead I choose $sign here, and apply, and now you have the unit price in dollars. I want to also align the numbers to the right, and text, these two fields align to the left. So what I'll do is, let me see, select these two and make them group left align here. And then make this one align to the right by going to this dialog here, apply, and so this is some simple customization applied to the report. And then you save it and be ready for publishing. So for this exercise, we'll just skip it for now without saving. So the organizer is where you store all the visuals, namely the report charts, maps, dashboards, and whatnot, and they are ready for publishing. And but in addition to that, you can actually store different types of files, or such as like a Word file or text file or an image file, for example. Open up this one. It's just a map image SVG file. And once all these files are stored in the organizer, they are ready for you to publish to your users. And in time, there might be too many files, too many visuals or whatnot in your organizer. And one feature that could come handy is you can search by giving it a search term. So let's say you want to search for some of the quick start examples. So I just type in quick, and then I do a search, and then all these quick start examples under this quick start folder will be displayed for you to access. And let's say you just want to selectively allow some of your users to access some of the folders. You can set up permissions. So let's take a look at the demo folder. You can, for example, change folder permission. Right now, only the administration group and people in the sales group can access the folder and anything that is in the folder with write and read permission. But you can change that. You can add users and change the permission. Like, for example, you let Charles to read, or you can delete some of the users or group, and so you have full control as to who can actually read and write, or read or write your folders, your files. And you can see that you are able to look at what are the actual locations, the file path and the URL, and also the modified dates. You can also do scheduling. For example, you have a monthly sales report. You want to set a schedule. You can just go through the wizard and set up the schedule as to who and when they will be able to receive the report. So all the items or visuals that are stored in the organizer basically they are ready for publishing to your users through the menu page or the publish file area. And in addition to that, you can actually also generate URLs that you can use to plug into your HTML or JSP pages. So for example, you want to publish this report and generate a URL, you can just right click and get to this dialog and say yes, and then this URL would be you can copy and paste into your HTML or JSP page, for example, and be able to run it. So in this case, I actually generate a PDF file for the report. All the files in the organizer are actually ready for publishing and all available in the publish file area. We also call this the menu page. So let's take a look at some of the report charts and dashboards and whatnot to get an idea of what kind of visuals that we can build. This is actually a dashboard that we build using Hadoop as a data source. So you can change the parameter value. So in this case, I want to look at 4 years instead of 2. And the data is refreshed. Or you can take away some of the years and run again. As you can see, data is changed. This dashboard actually comes with a drill down report. So if I click on this bar, I'll see a report that is displayed. Some of other examples. You can look at some other dashboard examples. Here is a dashboard with alerts. The idea is if you have some data points that are like outside of a range or below some threshold, you get some visual feedback. Like in this case, the sales are below certain level, then you get the red highlighted background. And here, let's look at some other data points. This is the minimum sales figure that the salesperson should deliver, and you can see that this guy right here is below the threshold, and you see this visual feedback. In addition to visual feedback on the dashboard, you can actually set up email notification as well. Some of the examples, you can select different parameters or do drill down and so on. You can have like images set up for the different parameter values, and also set up drill down levels. Some map examples. This is an online map powered by OpenStreetMap. See, we can do tooltips, and you get a quick overview of the product sales in each location, and the heat map, the show you like the markers with green color have higher sales than the one in red. And you can also do drill down to look at the detailed reports. You can also use rectangle or circles to encompass the area you want to look at in terms of the drill down, like this. So you're looking at 3 cities all at once. In addition to online maps, we also support SVG map, and basically you have a SVG image, could be a map or actually can be any spatial type drawing, and you can do drill down again, look at details, and also has the tooltip feature. You can mouse over and see some values display in a tooltip. Let's look at some of the published reports. Go to this example folder. So open up this quick start report, and here's one with drill down capabilities. You can also show and hide certain sections of the report. Here's another example report that you can hide and show different sections. And you can also set parameters. So for example, you can put in your name and then say you want to look at different state and different day range. There you go. Some of the examples, this one again with drill down and 2 levels. This is a report that can be used as a product catalog. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what kind of reports, charts, maps, dashboards, and whatnot that you can build with this product. So to create or edit dashboards, you launch the dashboard builder. Let me just open up some existing dashboard, and so this is a simple dashboard with 3 charts and a map, and can do some drill down as well. So as far as how to actually create or edit an dashboard, we'll do it in another video. Quick Designer charts and Quick Designer reports are basically meant for ad hoc reporting. They are a simplified version of the full-blown report designer and chart designer that we looked at in the organizer. So let's take a look at building an ad hoc report. So here we are going to use a data view and build a simple query by selecting several fields: order ID, order date, product name, ship state, unit price, and quantity. and then make a new calculator field by multiplying unit price and quantity, and give it a name. Say call it sales, and here you can actually do some more data manipulation by sorting, grouping, or apply a condition. But let's just go ahead and use what we have already. Add all the fields, and here's a little preview of the report. But we want to actually do some aggregation, make order ID as a group, and also aggregate a sales figure here by summing the sales, and also give it a label, say subtotal, and also want to do some simple formatting. Say you want to get rid of the 1000 separator, and then for sales we want to actually add the $sign. And then at the bottom we want to add grand total, add a label, say okay. So here's a report, and you can choose different styles. These are predefined styles that make it easy to make it look a little bit better than just a plain report. And let's add a title, say order details, and then you can export it to different formats. So here's a PDF, and another example is Excel. Open up in Excel. You can also export to HTML, RTF, and all that. Then you can also save the report for future use. And then we also have the map builders for building SVG map as well as online maps. So let's just open up an existing map. And again, as to how to actually build a map from scratch, we'll do it in a different video. And same thing for online map. Let's just open an existing one. Just give you an idea of what kind of features are available. So hopefully this gives you a rundown on the different features that are available in EspressReport ES, and hopefully you join us in videos that talk about the individual tools and components in a product. Thank you for watching.